Juniors, good morning. Hello there. Say hi, good morning to me, and then we'll start. Yeah? Good morning, everyone. Is someone there? I'm waiting. No one is saying good morning. Nagma, good morning, sweetheart. Yeah, anyone else? Anjali, good morning. Where were you yesterday, Anjali? I missed you. Pavan, good morning. Chilpi, yes, you're having coffee? Good morning, good morning. I love your coffee cup. I love the hat too. Yes, you all are there. Very good. Shall I start? Yes. Who else is there? Where are the Nepal? Where is the gang of Nepal? Where is the Africa crowd? Yeah. Where is the Indian crowd? Where is Mallikarjun, Prashant? Where is Uttam, man? I can't see Uttam. Where is Muni Reddy? Spandana, you're there? Rupa, Shweta, Yashaswini, Hadia, Zukra, Rosia. Are you all there? No. Okay. Where are the Afghanistan gang? Rashid, are you there? How about the others? Maiwan, Yasser, Nasser, and I think Mustafa, no? Murtaza. Okay, let's start. Good morning, everyone. As usual, we start with a very big smile. Don't be afraid, don't run. I'm not going to sing today. Okay. Yesterday I was feeling very top of the world because we had done an excellent problem and then you all had communicated to me. So I was very sure that you understood the entire replacement chapter. So I felt very good and I felt like singing. But today, if I feel like singing, I'll sing after I close the video. Okay. Don't worry. I won't trouble you all. Okay. There we are. Now, yesterday, where is Ravi? Ravi asked me a question. I have an answer. Yeah, once again. Dev, Nina. Oh, Rashid is there. Oh, Anjali. Take care, ma. The weather is very hot. Vicky. Oh, yeah. Rupa. All are there. Good morning. Okay. But my friend Vicky, where is Ravi? Ravi wanted to know something. Yeah. See, I'll tell you in very simple terms. Why do we calculate present value of money? There are two reasons. You stand to benefit or you stand to lose. Let us not go into the technicalities. I'll tell you in a simple way. Now, suppose you keep 1 lakh rupees in a bank today. Next year, when you get 1 lakh, you will get an interest. All right? So, 1 lakh of today is certainly not 1 lakh of Vikram. Good morning. Yeah. Nepal gang is coming. I'm calling you gang. It's not a good word. All of you. Yeah. How is Hadia? Tell her I said hello. I hope she's doing well. Okay. And Lily and her baby. Yes. Okay. Um, First of all, yesterday Ravi asked me a question. Why do you consider present value of money. Why do you use the adjusted value of money? See, when you do present value of money, when you take an amount and multiply it by the present value, you are giving the adjusted value of money. Why? Good morning, Karen. Two reasons. The first reason is you stand to gain or you stand to lose. See, I'll tell you very, very simple terms. First of all, if you keep 1 lakh rupees in a bank, next year at this time, definitely the bank will give you, say it's giving you 10%. Okay? If it is giving you 10%, you get 10% interest and it would be 1 lakh. So you will get back 1 lakh, 10 lakhs. Well, I said 1 lakh, no? So you get 10,000. Good morning. Happiest morning to you too, Prashant. Yeah, thank you for the smiles. Yes, Karen, Rupa, everybody, thank you for the smiles. All of you. I hope you're smiling. I hope my face is pleasant enough for you to smile. Okay. So present value of money, I said you stand to gain or stand to lose. So if you put some money today, next year at this today, same. Today is the 2nd of May. 2nd of May 2020, you deposit your money. 2nd of May 2021, definitely you'll get an interest. So first point, obviously the rupee 1 of today is not the same as the rupee 1 next year. All right. Second reason, I'm telling you in a very simple ways. Okay. Second reason, suppose you do not get any interest next year, you would say, oh, I should have kept the money somewhere else. If I had kept it in a bank, see, I would have got interest. Why bank? And what is this concept? See, there are various ways in which you can earn interest on this money. But there is the least and the safest place to get interest is a bank. Given the situation of banks today, see, Corporation Bank, all banks have merged. But still, say suppose you kept it in a bank is the safest place and say the lowest interest. But it is also, Anu, good morning. It is also the safest place. So you would say, suppose you do not get interest on your money, you would say, oh, I've lost this money and how much have I lost? When you come to how much have I lost, it becomes the calculation of opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, good morning, sir. Opportunity cost is always calculated on the safest investment possible. And safest investment we can think of is keeping it in a bank. All right. So you would say, suppose I kept my money with a money lender and he gave me 12%, which is not safe at all. Anytime, that's a different story. So suppose the money lender did not give me 12%, I would say I have lost an opportunity. And what is the cost of the opportunity lost is the safest place I could have invested my money. The safest place I could have invested my money was in a bank. Suppose the bank was giving 10%, then I would say I have lost 10% on my money. This is my opportunity cost. You understood? I'll repeat. I have some money and if I keep it in a safe place in a bank or say in a banking institution, anyway, so not banking, any financial institution which is giving you interest. And let us say you got money. All right. Let us say you got your interest. On the contrary, you kept your money with a money lender. He said he'll give you 24%. And at the end of the year, he did not give you anything. When he did not give you anything, you'll say, I have lost an opportunity of earning some money on my money. So, how do you calculate what you have lost? What you have lost is when you calculate the safest place where you could have kept your money. The safest place was a bank. Suppose the bank was offering 6%, then 6% on your money is the opportunity cost that you have lost. It is the cost of the lost opportunity. Do you understand? So that is why we do present value of money, we calculate. Why? Two reasons. You can stand to benefit or you can stand to lose. So if you have the money and you put in the say bank only, you would have gotten interest. So today's 1 lakh is not the 1 lakh of next year. All right. Similarly, suppose you didn't get money, this is the opportunity cost lost. So both ways it is necessary. Both are the most powerful reasons, strongest reasons, these are the reasons why you have to do present value adjusted values with present value tables. All right, is Ravi there? Okay, point one. Next, yesterday there were some answers, like I think Prashant also gave one answer. The answers were like this. One was inflation, the second was purchasing power. See, inflation and purchasing power are very good terms, but they're not concerned. Yeah, Ravi, good morning. They're not concerned with, it's not that inflation happened, inflation is there, that is why present value. Purchasing power is lost, that is why purchasing. No, that is an offshoot, goes parallel. Inflation causes are different, purchasing power causes are different, but it is definitely so. You may say, oh, I kept 1 crore in the bank and I got 1 crore, 1.5 crore, let us say. So I can afford to buy this. I have a purchasing power to buy a site or a property, say. On the other hand, if you do not keep it in the bank, if you kept it in a storeroom, in your storeroom, and it didn't get interest, then what will happen? What will happen? You will, sorry, there was a message here, I'm sorry. See, I was telling you about purchasing power. Definitely, if you got interest, your purchasing power would be more because money plus interest. So, just money is equal to purchasing power. Money plus interest is equal to purchasing power plus additional purchasing power. All right. So, purchasing power and present value are related, but they are not the cause of each other. You cannot say it's a cause. Secondly, the inflation. Inflation has different reasons, as you know. I taught you again what is inflation yesterday, but inflation and purchasing power are maybe the results, or my inflation is there, that is why I'm not getting so much. See, because there is inflation, because you can't buy the property. If the property was 1 crore today, because of inflation it became 1.1 crore, you can't buy it because your purchasing power is not so much. All right, your purchasing power by keeping the money in your go down is only 1 crore, whereas that's why you have to adjust this. You have to put this 1 crore in, say, a bank, earn 10 lakhs on it, and pay for the property. So that way the purchasing power is related, but it is not a cause for using present value. All right, it is something that happens in the environment, stochastic, uncontrollable. All right. Similarly, inflation also happens. You know the reasons I told you. We have discussed in the class. If you want me to tell more about inflation, I'll tell you. But these are not cause. What if? No, it's not cause related. All right. They're standalone, but they are definitely the reasons why you should have adjusted your present value. All right. Again, I'll repeat. You have to adjust your present value because of two reasons. If you had kept the money in the bank, you would have got interest, so you would have gained. On the contrary, because you didn't keep in the bank, you have lost. So that is why. So both ways, these are the reasons why you have to have power. Okay, but you have to have adjusted values of present with present value tables. All right. Okay. Now I will continue, and I'm starting today. That we are going to play games. The theory of games. All right. Now I'm showing you a game. A game in a problem will come in a matrix. There is a matrix, say 3 into 3 or 2 into 2, and on top you have, say, player, we'll call him player A, and on the left side you'll have player B. First thing we're going to do is two persons game. There's a player A, player B, and they're playing. Both of them have same aim. The aim is either to maximize profit or to minimize the loss. All right? They are in competition with each other. All right? Now, um, what we have to do is we have to calculate, we have to do the problem. We call it minimax and maximin method. Anvit, good morning. Minimax and maximin method. What we have to do is there is something called a saddle point. The saddle point is one value or one cell in the matrix which is good for both of them. All right. Now, whatever is the value of the saddle point, it's called payoff. Whatever amount is there in the saddle point, see, saddle point is a cell chosen in the matrix. Again, I'm saying there's a matrix, and in the matrix, one of the cells becomes the saddle point. Saddle, as in the saddle of a horse. SADDLE, saddle point. Now, if one cell is the saddle point, say you have no C1, 2, 1, 3 like that, say 2, 2 is the saddle point, there will be a number inside that cell, and that is called the value of the game or the payoff of the game. It means that is the amount one player has to give to the other. All right? That is all both of them try to gain most or to lose least. All right. Now there is zero sum game, various things of games, which will be difficult for you to understand now unless you do a problem. So we will do a problem now, and we'll go ahead. All right. Write down theory of games. Theory of games. As I told you, there are players, there are strategies, there's a payoff, and wherever you get a strategy or where you get a payoff, it's an optimal strategy. Now, there are zero sum games, non zero sum games, and all. At this point, I will not give you, we will talk to it later. And also, I'll talk to you about minimax, sorry, minimax and maximin principle, or you can call it maximin minimax. It means the same thing, but I would like you to say minimax and maximin. Okay, principle. I'll explain to you. Right? Games theory of games. One by one, I'll explain to you. If I explain everything once, no, it won't be so good. All right. Now, I would like you to write a matrix that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns and 4 rows. 5 columns and 4 rows. Draw a matrix with 5 columns and 4 rows. Small. Alright? I'm drawing 5 columns and 4 rows. It's a matrix. You can close it off. Just draw a matrix like this. 5 columns and 4 rows. Alright. Now, for the first one, what we are going to do is, first I'll write. On top you write layer B. On the left side you write layer A. This is as is given in the problem. You can change it. Now you cannot change because this is how the problem is given. Now, in order to identify columns and rows, we will number them. Rows slowly, small, these are our numbers. Rows, you number them as 1, 2, 3, 4. And columns, you could put Roman numbers. Let me put A, B, C, D, E. What do you say? A, B, C, D, E. Only to identify when you work. Okay? Just to identify columns and rows. There are 5 columns and 4 rows. Okay? It's a 5 into 4 matrix. Now, class, write the numbers. Columns, first column, top to bottom, -2, 4, 8, 15. I repeat, -2, 4, 8, 15. Then next column, 5, 6, 2, 14. Next, third column, -3, 8, 3, 18. Fourth column, 6, -1, 5, 12. Where is Kumar, Manjunath and all that, man? There is one more Manjunath, no, who sits on the left. Where are all of them? Are they watching the class? Momocha, Kishan, are you all there? Okay, last column, 7, 6, 4, 20. Now, see, in case you have missed, already you write there with the above payoff matrix. This is called a payoff matrix. Kishan, you are there? Very good. With the above payoff matrix, this is the payoff matrix. Solve the game using the MINI, Minimax and Maximin principle. Minimax and Maximin principle. Minimax and Maximin principle. Now, see, there are two ways. There is one very simple way to do the problem. There is also a way where you can do systematically you can do. The simplest way is to just put squares and circles and finish it. But we'll do it with a proper solution. Write down solution. In the solution class, we have to do, first I said minimax. Minimax refers to row. Alright? So we write down, find the minimum of each row. Minimum of each row. Now do two columns. The first column you write row and write minimum value. Second column is minimum value. Row and minimum value. Alright, how many rows are there? We have numbered them as 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't it? So in the row, I will write 1, 2, 3, 4. I will write. Now, which is the minimum value in the first row? -3, isn't it? Second row, -1. Third row, it is 2. And fourth row, it is 12. Please write here. First row is -3. Second row is -1. Third row is 2. And fourth row, it is 12. This is the way I have written. Row and minimum value. Now, the thing is, up here you can write mini max. Write it row mini max. Above that. Row mini max. I've written here, see? Here. Row mini max. So you have the first one is minimax, next one is maximum. We are in minimax. Minimax is for the row, so we took the minimum values of the row and put. In this, since it is mini is over, minimum is over, find the maximum in the minimum. Which is the maximum of the minimum? Not 3, not -1, not -3, not -1, not 2. It is 12. So your value is here for minimax, it is right here. Maximum is equal to 12. Maximum is equal to 12. We'll do the same thing for column, but for column it is maximin. Right here, column maximin. Alright, right, column maximin. And now we write the columns. First, this thing is first column heading is column, and next one maximum value. You will have guessed what I'm doing. So you have 5 columns here: A, B, C, D, and E. Please rule the columns and rows. Column maximum, you have column and you have maximum value. Ready? I will go into the matrix. Look at the column class. The first column maximum is 15. Second column, maximum is 14. Third column, maximum is 18. Fourth column, maximum is 12. Fifth column, maximum is 20. So I will write here 15, looks as a whole row, no? 14, 18, 12, 20. Now you will have guessed maxi min. So minimum of the maximum. Which is the minimum here? It is 12. Right here, minimum is equal to 12. Okay? So right here, all right? Now, what do we write here? You have to write here like this. Maximum of row minima, I'm writing here, write down. Maximum of row minima, isn't it? Now, is the answer same? 12 and 12? Yeah. Both places 12. And what is 12 in the row? Maximum of row minima, isn't it? Is equal to minimum of column maxima is equal to minimum of column maxima. Write down maximum of row minima. See, the entire problem is here. If anybody wants to take a picture, this is the correct time. Write down maximum no, Anjali, there's -3, no? -2 is there. I'm talking about the row, man, not column. It's -3, Anjali. Check properly. First row, minimum is -3. Okay. Maximum of row minima is equal to minimum of column maxima. Now, because this maximum of row minima is equal to minimum of row maxima, yes, maxima, we have a saddle point. Okay, the game has saddle point, SADDLE point. All right, we have a saddle point is equal to 12. Saddle point is equal to 12. Therefore, the value of the game is equal to 12. Therefore, value of the game is equal to 12. All right? All right? This is the end of the problem. Yeah? Easy? Why is the light looking like? Okay, I think that's better. That's the end of the problem. All right. Now, the same thing can be done in one simple step. But when you present it in the exam, it doesn't look nice to have just one single step. All right? To do all this problem would justify your 5 marks. Just joking. Okay, so what you do is, now you look at this matrix. I would like you all, I'll give you 2 minutes, do the matrix again, because I don't want the main sum untouched. I want the main sum untouched. Please rule the matrix again. I'm not ruling, I'm waiting for you. Rule the same matrix with the same numbers, quickly. Alright, done? You're supposed to do the matrix. Do the matrix. Alright? All done? Give me a thumbs up. I think you all are done. Now look at this class. You look at the row. We are doing minimax, isn't it? So what do you have to do is look at the each row. In the first row, which is the minima, -3. So you put a rectangle in -3. Put a rectangle in -3. Can you see? I've put a rectangle in -3. Now where do I put a rectangle in second one? In -1. So put a rectangle, go to the second row. I repeat, in the first row, see the lowest one and put a rectangle. Alright? See in the second row. -1 it is. So put a rectangle. I've put a rectangle for -1 since it is the lowest in second row. We'll go to the third row. I'll put a rectangle on 2 because 2 is the smallest one. Alright? 2 is the smallest one. I've put a rectangle there. Now for the fourth row, where do I put? 12. So what I have done is, each row I have identified the smallest one, minimum value of each row. Okay? Minimax of row. Now we'll do the maximin of column. Don't bother about max, just the minimum. Put a square or a rectangle. Now we'll do the column. In the column, we have to put the maximum. Alright? In the first column, 15, you put a circle. Don't put a square. In order to differentiate, we'll put a circle. In the first column, 15 is my greatest value. In the column, it is maximum value. So I put for 15. Next column. Which is the biggest one? 14. So I put a circle on 14. I put a circle on 14. Next column. Which is the biggest one? 18. Put a circle on 18. Next row, you see 12. It already has a rectangle. Put a circle. 12 is the largest around the rectangle. By now you will have guessed what I am going to. And then you have 20. Alright? Now, the place where it has a square and a circle, or a rectangle and a circle is the saddle point. Alright? Because maximum of row minima is equal to minimum of row maxima. And that is the saddle point. And the value of the game is equal to 12. The number that you see in the cell which is identified as the saddle point is the value of the game. Is that clear? So this is the way you can do the problem. Simple. Alright, shall we do another problem? Give me a thumbs up if you understood. I'm sure you understood. You'll catch up very fast. Give me a thumbs up, one of you. Didn't understand? I have to give you inference for the game. Thanks, Pawan. Now, right. See, now you see this one. You see this one. Suppose you know how to identify cells, right? Instead of C, when we used it, we used C1 once. Yes, Rima, sweetheart, yeah. When we used, thank you, Ma. Thank you, Anjali. Yeah. Shilpi, good. Yeah. Now, yes, Divya, very good. Shall we continue now? Now you see this. In each cell, I used to identify when it was the cost given in assignment, I think. When it was the cost given, I used to say C11 for row. First row, first column was C11. First row, second column was C12. Second row, like that, isn't it? All right? Isn't it? Okay. Now, here we are going to say it as A. Look at number 2. Number 2 is A11 minus 2. Minus 2. Look at minus 2. First column, first row. We'll call it small a 11. I'll repeat. Look at minus 2. It is in the first row, first column. So it would be a small a 11. I'm not meaning the a on top. I'm just meaning general a. If I'm talking about this cell in this term, it would be 1a. Look at number 5. If I'm calling in a small a, it would be a12, isn't it? Then minus 3 would be a13. 6 would be a14. 4 would be in the second row a21. 6 would be a22. Look at Mr. 5 here. It would be a34. What about Mr. 6 at the end here? This 6. What would he be? Mr. 6 would be A25. What would 8 be? 831. What would 12 be? Our answer 12. 12 would be A44. Isn't it? In this case, we have given names for the players' strategies. Okay? Look at this. There are 4 rows for player A. So, we will say, please listen carefully. Player A has 4 strategies. Strategy 1, strategy 2, strategy 3 and strategy 4. So, player 1 can take any one of the 4 strategies. Strategy 1, because he has 4 rows for him. Strategy 2, strategy 3, and strategy 4. Look at player B. Player B, we have named his strategies as A, B, C, D, E, isn't it? A, B, C, D, E. So, player B can do play A, strategy A or strategy B, or strategy C or strategy D or strategy E. But according to what we have solved, the saddle point comes as 12. So, player A should use strategy 4. It is optimal strategy for player A would be 4, and for player B it would be small d. Is that clear? Now write down inference. The best strategy will be identified by the two players. The best strategy will be identified by the two players as follows. Optimum strategy for player A is 4. Why? Because the saddle point has come in row 4. Is that clear? Optimum strategy for player A is 4. Optimum strategy for player B is D. Optimum strategy for player B is D. Alright? The value of the game is 12. Value of the game is 12. In brackets you put capital V. Now class, this is 12, right? This is 12. First, we did row, right? We did row. What did we take for the row? Minimum values, correct? We took the minimum values. So, if player A, we are talking about row means player A, alright? And we have identified minimum values. Whereas for columns, we have taken maximum values. So, if they are going to get benefit, who will win? Player B. Why? Out of his maximum values, it is minimum, fine. But it is the maximum values. Whereas for A, it is the minimum values. Isn't it? You could say that he is a good loser because he has lost maximum of the minimum. But column player B is the winner because he's got minimum of the maximum. So player B is the winner of the game. Suppose this 12, suppose we had a 0 in the game. Suppose we had a 0 in the game and saddle point came in the cell. A saddle point was identified in the cell which the value is 0. Then we say the game is fair. But in life, nothing is fair many times, isn't it? Yeah, as I told you, even if we are losers, we have to learn to be adjusting losers or happy losers. I'll repeat once again. In the row, we took the minimum values and the maximum in the minimum values was 12. Alright? Whereas for column, that is for player player A, who is the winner, man? Who is the winner, A or B? He lost the minimum, right? Classy, I'm sorry if I made a mistake. He lost the minimum of the maximum. So it is player A who has won. I'm sorry, class. When saying last minute, no, I said something wrong. We have taken his loss as the minimum row. He has got the minimum, right? In that maximum, he has given away. But B could have got any of these. He could have got 20, but he got only 12. So player A is the winner, not player B. Sorry, guys. Last, I think I said wrong. I'm not sure what I said back. You understood, no? Yeah. A is the winner. Why? He lost the maximum of the minimum. Whereas, if you look at the maximum value of columns, B could have got 20 also, highest. But he's got least of the maximum. So player A is the winner. Sorry guys if I messed up. Ready? Shall we do another problem? Are you ready? Did you like? The game is favorable to A. Now, in my next problem, you all lead me on. You tell me. Okay? But I would like you to go in a proper way. Now, write down. Solve the following game. Solve the following game with the following payoff matrix. Solve the following game with the following payoff matrix given below. With the following payoff matrix given below. Alright? It's a 4 into 4 matrix. Alright? Do a 4 into 4 matrix. Okay, here we are. Morning, Shri. 4 into 4 matrix we have already. On top right, layer Y. Layer Y. You could write layer Y strategies. On the left, you can write player X strategies. Player Y and player X strategies. Okay? Now, we have to give some numbers, otherwise, it's difficult for us to work out. So, rows will give 1, 2, 3, 4 as usual. Rows will give 1, 2, 3, 4. See, in the after I'm taking from internet, it is Roman numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 for the columns. But I don't want confusion, so we'll give it as A, B, C, D. I'll give it as A, B, C, D. All right. Now, write the column wise. 9, 25, 7, 8. Second column, 12, 35, 6, 11. There is 5 rows, class. There is 5 rows. Rule another row. Class, sorry. There are 5 columns. Rule another column. A, B, C, D, E. Why am I doing like this today? I'm sorry. Layer Y strategies. There are 5 strategies. Layer X, 4. Sorry, I was looking at 2 problems and I made a mistake. Alright, 9, 25, 7, 8, 12, 35, 6, 11. Next one, 7, 20, minus 8, 13. Next one is D. Column D is 14, 28, 3, minus 2. Last one, E, is 26, 30, 2, 1. See, I just cannot copy or say from the book and teach you. I have to also think how I can teach you in ways that are simple and you don't get confused because I'm teaching online. So you'll have to excuse me if I make this small faux pas. Alright? Faux pas are mistakes. FAUX, for, and PAS. Okay? So it's called a fall. Sorry, it's not same as teaching directly, but still, it's not. It is a little challenging. It's not difficult. I've tried my best because my head is working. How will my students understand how and all that? So I have to adjust the problem. The problem is not exactly how I give you. I have to adjust the problem and give you, and that's why these small things happen. Okay, so I'll show you the problem. Already, so what do you have to solve by minimax and maximum method. Write down, solve using minimax and maximum method. So write solution, minimax and maximum method. Write your solution, write solution. Ready? And first we'll say row minima. Right? Row minima. You have to write row minima, and below that 2 columns, one naturally row and next one is minimum. You can write minimum value. I'll just write minimum. Okay? You can write minimum value. It is better for you to write minimum value. Please write. So how many rows are there? 4. That is rule of for 4 rows. Write the row 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we are. Row minima. Now, which is the smallest value in first row? 7. Second row, 20. Third row is easy, minus 8. and fourth row when there's only the one negative -2. So please write 7, 20, -8 and -2. Is that clear? Now, which is the maximum? 20, isn't it? So, right here, maximum is equal to 20. Maximum is equal to 20. Now, we will go on to column minima. Right, next to it or below, column minima. In your book, I think side by side you can do, because there's just two columns. No, don't waste space. Side. Okay. Now write the first heading as column, and then you write maximum value. So we have 5 columns: A, B, please rule, C, D, and E. In my next class, I'll teach you the formula to work out when the problem doesn't have a saddle point. Okay? Sometimes it doesn't have a saddle point. Then what to do? Alright? Here. So I have ruled and we take it. First column, which is the maximum, 25. Second column, maximum, 35. Third column, maximum, 20. Fourth column, 28. And fifth column, it is 30. So please let's do it. 25, 35, 20, 28, 30. If you see that whole row, yeah, whole row has maximum values. It means something to A, isn't it? It means something to A. Because that row is A's strategies, no? Okay. So minimum value is equal to 20. So you have to write. What do you write? Maximum of row minima. Write down. Maximum of row minima. Maximum of row minima is equal to minimum of row column maxima. Jnaneshwari, good morning. I saw your pic with your dog. He looks just like mine. Yeah, it was very nice. Now, I'll continue. Maximum of row minima is equal to minimum of column maxima. I repeat, maximum of row minima is equal to minimum of column maxima. Therefore, the game has a saddle point. The game has a saddle point, and the value of the game V. The game has a saddle point. Shall we say what is the saddle point? It is 2C, isn't it? In this game, it is 2C. Row to C column. So the saddle point is 2, C. Yeah. Okay. 2, C. And the value of the game, V, capital V, is equal to 20. Value of the game is equal to 20. Alright? Before we do the interpretation, I would like you to do this thing in the other method. So please rule 5 into 4 matrix. I'll give you some time. So please rule. Ready? Rule the matrix. Rule this one. Are you ready? Don't spoil the original problem. Let it be. So what do we do now? The first row, which is the minimum, we will put a square. 7 is the minimum, so I put a square for 7. I put a square. Next one, which is the minimum? 20. I put a square for 20. Next one, minus 8. I put a square for minus 8. And last row, it is minus 2. So I put a square for minus 2. Is that good? Now come to the column. You have to take the maximum. In the first column, 25 is the maximum. Circle 25. Second column, circle 35. Third column, 20, circle 20. Above the square, circle it. Next one, fourth column, 28 is the highest, so circle 28. Last column, we will circle 30. Okay, so this is the second way in which we can do it. In the exam, what you could do is do it in both ways. It gives you, it looks a nice professional way. Alright? Both ways you could do it. Doesn't take much time at all. And these games are basically small. So write down interpretation or inference. I think you use the word interpretation today for this problem. Interpretation. Best strategy for player X is second row, isn't it? Second row. So, best strategy for player X is 2. Strategy 2. We call them strategies, isn't it? Strategy 1, 2, 3, 4. So, best strategy for player X is strategy 2. Next, best strategy for player Y is strategy C. Best strategy is strategy C. Again, don't write again. A is the winner, or the game is favorable to A. You're going to ask me, ma'am, every time, sorry, not A, it is X. How many mistakes these books and all do, no? If you go to read, you're so sunk. It is favorable to X, isn't it? He's getting the maximum. Okay? You want to do one more problem? We have time, isn't it? Do we have time? Or you want to do it in my next class? What do you think? We'll do one more problem? Yes, X. Or we'll do it in my next class. What? It's 11 o'clock. It's a new thing. I think you take a break. I will do another problem, similar one, in my next class. That should be Tuesday. And then I'll teach you some formula. Very simple formula. It's very easy. Okay? Teach you some formula to work out when there is no saddle point. And here we go on. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the class. Yes? I'm happy today too, but that doesn't mean I'm going to sing. I'm not going to sing. Okay? Yeah. Hope you all are fine, healthy, eat well, stay happy. It is 10:56. I think you have a class at 11:15. So take a break. Most of you will not have had, breakfast. So go have your breakfast. There are 15 minutes left for the next class because in the next class you will be seen. My class, I can't see you, so you can't be seen eating, right? So go and eat. Okay? Stay happy, stay healthy. I got, thank you to Prashant. Yeah, yes, ma'am. We'll do. Because it's a new problem, no? We'll do next class. We'll do Aram se. We've got plenty of time. By God's grace, I started early. Yeah, some of your parents requested me, I should say, Karen's parents requested me to start an online class. I had it in mind, but that was really a push. And thanks to that, the VC also appreciated me. Yes, man, I'm staying at home. I have a son who's worse than, he doesn't allow us to step out only. Yeah. Fortunately, I have a terrace and I have a garden. And yeah, I have a dog, Divya. Yeah. Okay, okay. I cannot say that online, because I'm an Indian, I have to say only my country. It's not fair to say something. Suppose I'm in your country, that's just fine. All right. So, yeah, we have all. See, the greatest religion, my friends, is tolerance. Tolerance for each other. You have seen such wonderful work going on. Nobody's bothered who's going to the temple or mosque or anywhere or church. Everyone is helping everyone. You see how much of food packets this that happens. It's a wonderful thing. I think this virus has taught us humanity. Yeah, we are back, right? Okay. I'm happy. Yeah, thanks be to God. I have a nice husband. And yeah, I'm having a nice time, quality time with him. Yes. And my dog. My dog has got more stuck to me than before. Every morning I get a big lick on my face saying, "Good morning. It's time to wake up, lazy lump." So many things. The dog is waking me up. Okay, bye guys. We go and eat. God bless you. Take care. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Have a nice weekend. All the days are weekends only these days. Anyway, if there is something special, Sunday is always special. So be special. Always have an interest in life. Whatever you do, let it be special. All right. Every day you may cook, let it be something special. Something. See, I can make, I'll give you an example. I can make simple chapatis and vegetable. But what I do is I grind the vegetable, I add it to the atta, and I make, chapatis only, but they come out like parathas. I don't have to fold them, put ghee and all. They become very soft. At the same time, I'm getting a lot of fiber, roughage. It's not that I'm eating only carbs when I eat a chapati. I'm eating vegetable with the chapati. Yesterday I ground this mooli, radish and onion and added it to the chapati atta. So we have mooli paratha without the stuffing and all. I don't have patience for the stuffing and all that. Even if you can also make beetroot, you can grind, you'll get red chapatis. Or if you grind palak, you'll get green chapatis. Yeah, Imagine having brown chapati, green chapati, red chapati on your plate. How it will be? Nice, huh? So think of it. Make something new. Have a lot of interest in life. Only then life becomes so happy. Yeah? God bless all of you. Yes, take care. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.